Hi, I'm Dr. Dawn Buckingham, your Texas Land Commissioner. As the Texas Land Commissioner, I wear many hats. As we all know, Texas had 6 flags fly over our state, and all of these governments handed out land grants. When Texas became a sovereign nation, they devised the General Land Office, otherwise called the GLO, which was charged with settling disputes, overlapping land grants, surveying the land, and keeping records and maps for the state. You can still see thousands of records and maps in our vault, some dating back to the 1500s. Here at the GLO, we are the guardians of Texas history. As a former school board member and vice chair of the State Board of Educators Certification, I think educating our youth is one of the most important things we can do. At the GLO, we preserve, promote, and educate others in our historic maps, which tell the story of Texas's rich heritage. Additionally, our agency is responsible for maintaining the operations of the Alamo, ensuring the Shrine of Texas Liberty remains standing for future generations. The GLO also stewards 13 million acres of energy-rich, state-owned land, generating billions of dollars for the Permanent School Fund. The profit from these mineral rights, oil and gas and land leases goes towards funding our Texas school children. It's also my honor to serve as the chairwoman of the Texas Veterans Land Board. The VLB helps Texas veterans by providing low interest rate loans to veterans who want to purchase a home, renovate a home, or buy some property. As a medical doctor, I understand the level of commitment and care patients deserve. We provide high quality long-term care at 9, soon-to-be 10, state homes and operate 5 Texas State Veterans Cemeteries. Our agency helps to protect the Texas coast and oversees roughly 10 miles out into the Gulf of Mexico. It's our job to keep Texas's beaches clean and to protect coastal communities from the harmful effects of natural disasters and erosion. As someone who grew up on the coast and spent over a decade on Galveston Island, the Texas coast holds a special place in my heart, and we must do everything we can to ensure future generations of Texans can enjoy its beauty. My family lived in Galveston when the 1900 hurricane hit Texas, and I'm reminded every day of the power of storms. Every morning I wake up and see my ancestors' deaths that got washed down the stairs when the storm surge hit the 2nd floor of my family's home. My commitment to Texas is to ensure that when a natural disaster strikes, we are prepared and able to recover quickly. With assistance from our federal partners, the GLO distributes housing and urban development, HUD, disaster recovery, and flood mitigation funds to areas affected by hurricanes, wildfires, and tornadoes. These funds aid vulnerable communities in rebuilding homes and executing projects to safeguard their communities from future disasters. So as we said earlier, our forefathers were brilliant in the fact that when we as a sovereign nation joined the United States, retained our unowned lands, every other territory, emphasis on territory, gave their unowned lands to the federal government, which has a lot of ramifications today. Today, the 13 million acres, of which we do oil and gas leases, we do hunting leases, agricultural leases, submerged land leases for our ports, bays, all kinds of things on the coast. It funds education, so from that, the Permanent School Fund, which is a $55 billion oldest and biggest sovereign wealth fund in the entire country, funds public education K through 12. You know what? Additionally, we also have timberlands in East Texas where we're working on a lot of reforestation efforts with some of our native long needle pines and many other things. We do timberlands to minerals up in the Panhandle all the way to the tip of the coast. So while we're wrapping up the largest disaster recovery this country's ever seen in the Hurricane Harvey recovery, which is of course almost 7 years ago, and we've seen several storms so far in the Gulf this year, we are actually embarking on the largest environmental protection project that this country's ever seen in partnership with the Army Corps of Engineers. That project is loosely called the Coastal Spine Project. It's basically a system of barriers, dunes, natural habitat, restoration, living shores through oyster beds, and protection so that when these big storms do come and hit the coast, our communities are resilient and able to recover faster. As for the environment, the GLO provides recovery and flood mitigation funding to rebuild and prevent damage from natural disasters. Along the Texas coastline, the GLO is charged with maintaining Texas beaches. Efforts in this area include annual beach cleanups through our Adopt a Beach program and water quality monitoring through our Texas Beach Watch program. Our oil spill prevention and response team assists with cleaning up following oil leaks and spills in Texas waters. Lastly, the GLO's Derelict Vessel Program assists local governments with the cleanup and removal of abandoned boats along the coast. From the Gulf of Mexico to the Panhandle, and from East Texas to El Paso, the General Land Office works hard to ensure all Texans can enjoy clean air, land, and water.